Day 4, it was okay, but you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War. And get ready, baby. Fire in the house.
Jake Paul has finally reacted to Mike Tyson, leaking more training footage along with a brutal warning. So it all began when Tyson shared new training footage, showing how intensely he had been preparing for the fight with Paul.
1, 2, 3, 4.
As you can see, Mike Tyson has once again demonstrated his awe-inspiring strength and prowess. Labeling it as the inauguration of his rigorous training regimen, Tyson showcases his formidable power, setting the stage for what promises to be an electrifying showdown. Talking about the fight, Tyson added, "I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. He's grown significantly as a boxer over the years. It will be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of a GOAT." The iconic heavyweight champion is set to make a remarkable comeback by facing off against a former YouTuber-turned-boxer. The electrifying matchup was unveiled just last week, and Tyson has been sharing his training routine with fans. In his previous post, he said, "It's day 1. The fun has just begun." The video shows a montage of clips of Tyson doing some pad work.
It's day 1. The fun just begun.
Tyson appears razor-sharp as his gloves resonate with deep thuds upon contact with his trainer. The intensity behind one of his left hooks prompts a discernible cry from the trainer. In the final moments of the video, Tyson confidently bares his torso, showcasing his impressive physique while echoing his words in the caption. The nature of the upcoming match remains uncertain, with speculation swirling as to whether it will be a professional bout or simply an exhibition. Paul's business partner at Most Valuable Promotions said, "Unequivocally, there is no headgear for Paul versus Tyson. Haters spreading fake news, but it won't stop the tens of millions of views." Speaking about the fight when it was announced, Paul said, "It's crazy to think that in my second pro fight, I went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Mike Tyson's undercard. Now, less than 4 years later, I'm stepping up to face Tyson myself. My sights are set on becoming a world champion." Piers Morgan, the English journalist, shared his response to Mike Tyson's latest training video in anticipation of his upcoming bout. He responded by sharing them on his social media feed. Renowned for his outspokenness and unfiltered views, Morgan subtly expressed sympathy for Jake Paul in the process. Morgan said, "I'm very glad I'm not Jake Paul." Meanwhile, Conor McGregor reacted to the fight in a recent interview. Notably, McGregor has reversed his decision to avoid matches with YouTuber boxers and now acknowledges he will compete against KSI and the Paul siblings, Logan and Jake. He is poised for a comeback to the octagon in 2024, marking his return after an absence of nearly 3 years from the sport. McGregor said, "Yeah, the YouTube nerds could be like, I would consider that a nixer. Your uncle's friend needs a fucking radiator fitted in his house, so you'll do a side job and get side pay." Tommy Fury has thrown down the gauntlet, expressing his desire to step into the ring with Conor McGregor. His challenge comes hot on the heels of Jake Paul's announcement of his upcoming bout against the legendary Mike Tyson. The iconic UFC veteran consistently turned down the idea of facing off against social media personalities, opting instead to focus on reclaiming his status among the UFC's top-tier competitors. However, a notable shift in perspective has led him to reconsider his stance. McGregor added, "I would consider them guys to be nixers. If I was to pick one out of them, I would say KSI. He has a big name in the UK. Moreover, he conceded that KSI stands out as his prime choice for an opponent, citing the YouTuber's immense popularity in the United Kingdom." McGregor added, "Tommy Fury called me out yesterday, and he beat Jake and he fought KSI, so it's just like another little world, isn't it? I'm open to it. I'll never say no. I'll never say no." McGregor has joined the chorus of voices criticizing the contentious matchup between Paul and Tyson, citing their staggering 31-year age difference as a focal point of concern. He continued, "The Pauls and that Mike Tyson fight is just a strange one to me. I hope Tyson takes his nose off. I'm sure at some stage I'll end up fighting one of them. I'm sure at some stage. We'll go through all of these guys." On the other hand, recently unearthed video resurfaces, revealing Joe Rogan cautioning Jake Paul against stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson. Rogan, a prominent UFC commentator, emphasizes Tyson's enduring ability to inflict significant damage, regardless of his age.
Logan Paul actually does some wild.
He's really good.
He does some wild.
Really does.
Jumping off the top ropes and slamming into each other in the middle. Like, that's some serious athleticism.
Yeah, I tell him, both those kids are half tough.
Rogan engaged in a conversation with WWE icon Ric Flair, delving into the potential threats posed by Tyson to Paul. Here is what he said.
Yeah.
Take nothing away from them.
No, I mean, people want to take something away from them because they're YouTube people. I always tell people, just forget that Jake Paul is a YouTube guy and watch him box.
Yeah.
The kid can fight, 100%. And that Tommy Fury fight really showed that. I mean, it goes to a split decision against a legit undefeated boxer.
Before hanging up his gloves in 2005, Tyson boasted an impressive record of 56 wins and only 6 losses, with an astounding 44 of those victories coming by knockout. Fast forward to 2020, and Tyson shocked the world by stepping back into the ring for an exhibition match against none other than fellow boxing icon Roy Jones Jr. And here's what Rogan has to say about it.
Sir.
Yeah. He doesn't want to tell you what the one thing he doesn't want to do is fight Mike.
No.
Yeah, he wants to fight Mike, I think.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't give a if he's 55. That's still Mike Tyson.
Mike's in good shape, too.
Oh, my God.
Mike trains every day.
In addition, Flair and Rogan emphasized Tyson's continued agility and formidable strength exhibited during his bout against Jones.
He trains with Rafael Cordero, who's a legend in MMA. He runs King's Mixed Martial Arts. And Rafael is a world-renowned trainer. When you see him holding the mitts for Tyson, and Tyson smashing the mitts, like, Jesus.
Yeah,
that guy can still fuck you up.
He don't want
When they were training Mike for that Roy Jones fight, they were using state-of-the-art science. And Rogan said,
to fight Mike.
In this world with hormone replacement and vitamins and he does all this electrical muscular stimulation recovery stuff. Like when they were training Mike for that Roy Jones fight, like they were using state-of-the-art science. Like, I don't give a if you think he's 55 years old. That guy will hurt you.
In their admiration of Tyson's enduring ferociousness, Rogan and Flair found common ground in acknowledging Paul's genuine prowess in the boxing ring. Rogan said, "Forget that Jake Paul is a YouTube guy and watch him box. The kid can fight, 100%. That Tommy Fury fight really showed that. He goes to a split decision against a legit undefeated boxer." Meanwhile, we know that UFC chief Dana White didn't hold back his criticism as he expressed disapproval of the match, while Conor McGregor vehemently criticized the fight selection. As a result, Paul's manager, Nakisa Badarian, stood firmly in defense of the Tyson versus Paul bout, dismissing any notions of a significant rule alteration. And now, WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has shared his thoughts on Mike Tyson coming out of retirement to fight Jake Paul. Suleiman said, "I'm sure Mike is going about this responsibly. He's in very good shape. Mike Tyson is one of the greatest, iconic, and legendary champions." He conveyed his belief that Tyson is approaching the situation with responsibility and is in great shape, noting Tyson's status as one of the most iconic and legendary champions. He added, "Jake Paul has come into boxing, and we must thank him and embrace him for bringing millions of young eyeballs to our sport." Furthermore, Suleiman acknowledged Jake Paul's contribution to boxing, stating that Paul deserves thanks and acceptance for attracting millions of young viewers to the sport. He characterized the upcoming bout as both a real fight and a significant event, highlighting the uncertainty surrounding the outcome due to Paul's youth and Tyson's legendary status, which makes the match intriguing. Suleiman added, "It's a fight and a real event. No one can certainly say Jake Paul will win because he's young. No one can say Mike Tyson will win because he's a legend, so it's interesting." Suleiman also emphasized his hope that the event would be conducted with strict adherence to medical requirements and overall care, expressing his wish for it to be a successful event and his confidence that both parties would thoroughly prepare for the fight. He said, "I only pray it will be done with all the medicals, and everything is done with great care, and it's going to be a great event. They will prepare fully for this." On the other hand, Jake Paul appeared as a guest on Ross's podcast shortly after the surprising revelation of his upcoming bout with boxing legend Mike Tyson. He swiftly retaliated against KSI's critique of his bout with Tyson. Paul and Ross also shared the ring, with the problem child showcasing his power. Ross asked for 10% of Paul's power, but still dropped him to his knees in a crazy moment. Paul unleashed a crippling blow to Ross's torso with a fraction of his strength, sending him tumbling to the ground on all fours. Paul admitted, "Low-key, that was 15%. I went a little harder than